What is going on, you guys? This is Tyga, and as a lot of you may know, I am a huge fan of the NHL, and I am consistently playing NHL on the Xbox. I've been watching hockey since I've been about 6 or 7 years old. I watch the Bruins and Red Wings coming up, so those are my two favorite hockey teams. But today I'm going to be breaking down EA Sports and what they have for their first round, and I'm going to tell you guys what happened when I simulated the playoffs, and I'm going to be telling you my thoughts on why teams can win or lose their series. So we're going to start over in the West with the Vancouver Canucks, the #1 seed, the top dogs in the NHL this season, and the 8th seeded last year's defending champions, the Chicago Blackhawks. Vancouver is, EA Sports has them winning the series 4-1. I have Vancouver winning the series too, but I don't know if it's going to be only a 5-game series. But a big issue with Chicago is going to be their goaltending, and nobody really knows what Crawford's going to be able to do in the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see Turco in that a little bit. But I got Vancouver winning in 6. I think Chicago can go home and make a little bit of noise, but I think I got Vancouver winning that series. The 7th seeded San Jose Sharks taking on the 2nd seeded San Jose Sharks. Taking on the 7th seeded Los Angeles Kings. That's EA Sports has the Sharks moving on 4-2 in the series, and I pretty much would have the same thing, maybe even 5 games. There's not that much on the Kings that really stands out to me. Maybe Drew Doughty and Jonathan Quick. Detroit and Phoenix. I got Detroit winning that in 7, but they got Phoenix winning in 7, so we're kind of on the same pace there. Anaheim and Nashville, I got Anaheim winning in 6, maybe 7, and they have Nashville moving on in this. Over to the East, the Rangers beating the Capitals. I actually have pretty much the same thing, maybe even 7 games. Flyers sweeping the Sabres. I wouldn't necessarily sweep, but I'd say maybe 5 games, 6 at most. The Flyers are just a much better team than Buffalo. It's just, I'm not seeing it. My hometown Bruins playing the Canadiens. EA Sports has them winning, the Canadiens winning in 7 games. I think it's going to be Bruins in 7, but the Canadiens have played us good all year. But when the Bruins have beaten the Canadiens, they've handed it to them. So it's going to be a very interesting series. It's going to be a lot of emotions in that series, and it's going to be good. And the final series, only really one that just was out of its mind. They had Tampa Bay sweeping the Penguins. That's not what's going to happen. I think the Penguins will win that series in 5 or 6 games. Yeah, so stay tuned for round 2 results, guys.